Alright, everyone, welcome back. 欢迎大家回来。今天是第88天。It is day 88. Getting into it. Let's go. Business as usual. Any updates? No updates. About that time for another update, huh? Okay. So speaking of, this is daytime, right? 白天. This is to try. 试图和 Wait. Is it her? Yes, right? Yeah, her. Why does my E have 4 strokes? And oh yeah, Che. On 4. And complete blank on this earlier because we didn't have the main character. Ooh. Okay. Get into it. I think we're kind of really steady state on our current approach that's scaling upward. We can kind of see a little peep in there. Just a little bit. All right.
旅客
旅客. So we have Lee, which is Louis in the basement, right? Louis in the basement of the house, getting ready to travel. And Ke is a guest. The travel guest, a passenger. Okay. A guest that travels on a boat or ship is called a passenger. Or traveler. Okay. Ke. 旅客 something 车 as opposed to like a passenger plane?
旅客列车
列车 interesting. 旅客列车 We do have a passenger plane. 客机 or something, a guest plane. 客机 or guest machine. Or 客飞机 or something like that. 旅客们欢迎你们 something 做本册 oh, again. And then it's flexing on the type. What was this? 列车 列车 and then 长座 okay, 长座 got more synonyms coming up.
旅客高层
高层 high rise, yeah. All level or tall stories, high rise. I wonder if this qualifies as high level as well. Top level. High level. High floor. 高层公 uh-oh. Do I have this? No, I only have the flower one.
高层公寓
Yeah. 高层公寓 Yugi inside the bathroom, something with a cricket, no. 高 高层高层办公楼
高层办公楼。
嗯 okay
高层。亮点。
亮点 shiny point. Highlight is a specific spot of something that's figuratively or literally shiny. Bright spot, shiny point, highlight. That type of highlight. 这旅馆 right? No, 绿 wait. Tofu. Yeah, 旅馆。这旅馆的亮点。
这旅馆的亮点。
这旅馆的亮点。I highlight this hotel. Interesting. So traveling building hotel. 这新手机的亮点是 I highlight this up. Oh, okay. I was like, why does that sound like a fragment? Because it is a fragment.
亮点。外卖。
外卖 takeout. So to buy something to go outside and take out. When a restaurant sells food to be eaten outside, take away, take out. Okay. 送外卖 deliver takeout. Yeah. 吃外卖 I'm guessing that's like pizza.
吃外卖披萨。
Pizza. Yeah, pizza. Oh, that's kind of funny. That P is interesting. And sa. Okay. Ateji. Right. Or ateji. More or less.
外卖。查出。
To find out, yeah. To investigate, to exit, to investigate out. Exit your, yeah, you can finally exit your investigation. That too. To investigate out is probably what I would say. So to find out. To discover. To figure out. To discover is great. Chachu. Yeah, Chachu. Something me.
查出秘密。
查出秘密 oh. 查出秘密你能帮我查出这本书的作者吗？
你能帮我查出这本书的作者吗？
作者 Oh yeah, 这 Oh, this is author as well in Chinese. We got this before. In Wanikani, actually. 作者 what is that? Saksha? Yeah, Saksha. 作者
查出。
All right.
旅客。
Whoops. Typo.
亮点，高层，外卖，查出，
Okay. Moving right along. There it is. 旅馆. 旅馆. Tells the building you stay when you travel. Right. 我们住海边的旅馆。我们住海边的旅馆。So a hotel on this by the sea. 五星 wow 五星 something 五星 something 旅馆
5星级旅馆，
级五星级旅馆 like grade 级星级旅馆我喜欢这个旅馆的房间 okay
旅馆，
旅馆 that's a little higher than I would say 旅馆 oh because of 3-3 I can kind of hear that 旅馆旅馆
月亮，
月亮 yeah month shiny it's more referring to the shiny thing in the sky that we see in full moon every month the full moon but not necessarily full moon but just the今晚的月亮很亮你能看见月亮吗月亮的美很美月亮很美
月亮很美，
很美 it's just higher 月亮很美
月亮，出卖，
oh my to go to buy to go to sell what oh come on that's kind of mean actually oh wait oh no it's fine right it's fine it's to sell that exits your prison no that's fine interesting did we not just get this yeah we got this in Japanese but different tone different use different character instead of my unless my equals that which no it does not huh hang on no it does not yeah it does not might be a Japanese character actually no it definitely exists this is just a different character something is to sell so that it exits your possession yeah the other one that is really close is to have a sale or selling in Japanese which is ooh. 鼠拜 selling okay all right we're good we just got that today 为金钱 为金钱去卖 one. How do you say soul? There's ghost, cloud and ghost.
为金钱出卖灵魂。
灵魂。Interesting. 去卖房丁
出卖房产。
场。I'm just not gonna remember 场 for a while. 房场。
出卖。
出卖 whoops.
发亮。
方亮。方亮。Alright, we got shine, and then we got 发亮 to send out light. Okay, to send out light, to send out shiny, to shine. Okay, we're good. Okay. 把机电 or 把机 something. I don't remember you. 机 something something 的发亮。
把机器擦得发亮。
把机器擦把机器擦的发亮。哦，擦的 to polish 擦的 interesting。他的眼睛挠的，他的眼睛挠 no not no， 他的眼睛 something 是 always 是发亮的。长，
他的眼睛总是发亮的。
总是，哎。
发亮。湖。
湖lake 湖。Oh, we got some bad ones coming up today. I just remembered of the characters. They're gonna be tough. Okay, the Hulk is inside the house and decides he wants to go for a swim. He picks up a large headstone and uses that to start digging into the floor. Sure. He makes a moon-shaped hole. That's fair. Smashing some water pipes in the process as he digs down. The water pipes spray everywhere, filling the hole, creating a lake. Well, that is certainly one way to make a lake. Ooh, 湖边 and 海边 can work. 湖边 lake shore. 边 lake water 湖水 okay. Lake side 湖滨 湖滨 okay. Ooh, these are good. 湖水 that's not bad. Okay. Whoops.
湖。
Although it could be anyone. Although if we imagine the Hulk is very powerful, right? The Hulk do be digging very well with the headstone. Okay. Ooh, with his strength. Alright. Oops. Okay.
湖。旅馆。出卖。发亮。月亮。
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. I mean, it just looks like But someone's crying. Okay, Koopa. Okay, Koopa Troopa is in front of the house, sure. Where a bulldog is chasing him around the yard, Koopa cries in fear and grabs a boombox that was on the ground and uses that to keep the bulldog from biting him. Okay. I think we're fine. Almost everything deals with crying with this one, so I remember.
呼，楚，
Ooh. There, oh, like 看清楚. Chucky is in the basement of the house, the floor of which is covered with a miniature woods. Okay. Chucky, lacking his usual kitchen knife, takes a sharp pointer and uses that to whack the woods down as he tries to clear a path towards the basement door. I didn't even consider it as that type of clear. Clear. Let's see what choices we have. Yeah, 清楚. Then 一清 oh 一清二楚. Yeah, clear is good, but we'll see how many other alternatives that I'm gonna think of.
楚，
Chucky.
风，
Seal. This seems troublesome. So Frodo is in front of the English manor, about to depart for his next quest into the English countryside. Sure. When nobody's looking, he goes over to the wall and uses a caliper to yank out a loose brick from the wall. He then places his ring inside the hole before sealing the hole shut with the same brick, jamming it back in place with his caliper. This precious ring. Okay. All right. This precious ring. Feudal. I don't know how that works. 封建. I don't know how that works with feudal. To close off is seal shut. Ah. Okay.
风，晨，
Chen or morning? What kind of morning are we talking about? Ornament? Oh no, this is such a coincidence. We just got this from we just also got this character on Wanikani. So they went with landslide to kick someone off a cliff to start a landslide. But since barrette does not equate to a kick, hanging on a cliff above the ground are a bunch of ancient Chinese ornaments that looks vaguely like barrettes. Each of them has a sign of the dragon painted onto them. Intriguing. Yep, there's no unifying landslide and ornament. Honestly though, we're just it's fine. It's a backup. It'll remind me of how to get there. Sign of the dragon. Oh, intriguing. And then morning. Sun ornament. Morning? It's a bit of a stretch.
晨，
Chen. Alright. So Charlie Brown is in front of the is inside the infirmary early in the morning. The sun shines through the window and reflects off of an ornament, going right into Charlie's eyes, which woke him up this morning. Which woke him up this early in the morning. Chen is gonna be tough. Anyone could be in an infirmary early in the morning and having the sun shine through the window and reflect off the ornament going right into Charlie's eyes, who woke him. And there's no establishment of why he's in the infirmary. Alright, we're gonna do something, right? Charlie Brown is inside the infirmary early in the morning because he's depressed. Right? He's depressed. And a bit of the while he's depressed, why is he depressed? Well, the sun shined through the window and reflect off an ornament, and it got into his eyes and woke him up early in the morning. That's okay. That's not the greatest. Oh, Yao Cheng, early morning. Dao, Yao Cheng, 清晨. 清晨 no, 早晨 清晨 oh, okay. Your morning, early morning. Oh, or being as in fresh. Or oh no, it's not. It's not blue or green. Oh, that's interesting. Early. Oh, that might throw me off. I don't know about that one. Your morning. Uh, these are
晨
scary.
呼 晨 风
Son of a bee sting.
楚
Why would it be in the basement? There's no indicator that it would be in the basement either. Oh, jeez. How do you negotiate? Whoops. How do you negotiate like the clearing with the pointer? Like a sharp pointer? These are gonna be not tough. Tough. A vehicle. 辆. So a carriage and a car. That's pretty good. Vehicle. Link is in the bathroom, although Link of all things, and in the bathroom of all places. Link is in the bathroom of the chapel where he's taking care of some holy vehicles that are stored down there in the bathroom. Are stored in the bathroom as the priest looks on. He gets water from the sink and splashes onto a car and a carriage, slowly cleaning them with some holy soap. A very big bathroom where they store cars and carriages. Alright. 车辆. Okay.
亮 亿
E. 100 million. Wait. What? 100 million. Oh, so 1,000,000. No, one. Yeah, 1,000,000. So 1,000,000. 1,000, 10,000. No, 100. Yeah. Wait. Oh my gosh, that's so confusing. Yeah, 1,000, 10,000, right? Yi. 1,000, 10,000. Yoshi is in the. Oh, this is gonna be ridiculous. Okay. Ridiculous. Okay. Yoshi is in the bathroom of the house where he finds Slender Man guarding. I thought the whole right side was something. I guess not. Okay, Slender Man guarding the contents of the bathroom. Yoshi picks behind and sees that there are 100 million minuscule hearts, each of the size of a grain of salt, in the bathroom. Okay, in the bathtub. So we have a place, but why Yoshi? I have no idea. All of the 100 million miniature hearts are illuminated by a miniature sun that shines above them. All the while, have no idea why it's Yoshi. We don't have to remember Yoshi because Yi is still in Yi. But I don't know why the original one was Yi. Which is what, Yoshi is standing guard or something, standing guard, sun and hearts. I have no idea why the other one is Yi. Idea, right? Oh, it's the alarm. So they didn't use alarm and heart this time. They used guard and sun as opposed to alarm. Okay. Billion. 10亿. Yeah. That would be a billion, alright. What is up with 100 million?
意定
That's so scary. Ding, to set. Or to determine? We get determine? To sets, setting. Okay. Diddy Kong is in the bathroom of the English Manor. Yes. Balancing a dollhouse, which is set on top on the tip of a pointer. For the entertainment of the rich kids. Okay, rich kids who are taking a bubble bath. Okay. The bathroom and English Manor. Diddy Kong, though, he slowly sets the dollhouse back down. Having finished his performance, he does this on a set schedule every day at 2 p.m. Eating, certainly. So set, sure. Eating, not necessary, not necessarily. Bu eating. Ironclad. Can't work with that. Not work with that. Ding Jing, to fix one's gaze, to set one's gaze. Okay. Alright. I'm okay with set for now. I think determined. I think to determine is. Right, we have to. Because if it's a determined schedule, it's a set schedule, right? Okay. We'll
定
keep this. That's a
理
synonym. Logic or reason, right? I could have sworn we already had this. Oh no. It's yes, it's slightly different. Link is in the basement of the house trying to solve a dungeon puzzle. He has to figure out with logic and or how many scepters. Okay, so that's a scepter. Scepters are in a Chinese mile. He inputs 33, which is of course wrong, and the trapdoor underneath him opens and trapdoor, basement. Okay, solving puzzle things, that's pretty interesting. So that's on cue. All right. I got you. I got you. Hully. Or Hully. No, that's Hully. What was with the glove? Oh, fit. Fit logically reasonable. Hully. Okay. Li Yu. Okay, that's still reason. Alright. Li Yu. Oh, or yeah, Leo, not Li Yu. Leo. He is Japanese. Leo. Yan Li. Principal. Xiao Li. Xiao deals with fix, but I could. Yeah, okay. Alright.
理 头
Oh. Yeah, head. We're almost there with the Japanese as well, because we just got page in Japanese. What was it? Geoduck and beans. Yeah, beans and geoduck, which would end up being atama. Oh, okay. Tarzan is inside. Okay, Tarzan is inside the bakery where he's acting like an animal. He gets some beans and rubs them all over his head and rips pages out of the cookbook and pastes them on his head using the crushed beans as an adhesive. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Got you. I got you. Lao Tol. Old head. Alright, Lao Tol. Tol. To bow, to lower your head. Okay. Tol tongue. Headache. Tol tongue. End. Not enough context. Shui Long Tol. A faucet. Oh, that makes sense. Water dragon, like water dragon head. A faucet looks like a dragon's head. Oh, that's cool for water. That's neat. I love that one.
头
Okay. Uh, this Liang. Someone was cleaning the stuff in the. Yes.
亮 理
Lots of link stuff today.
义 头
trying to make sure I place the people in the right place.
定
All right. All right, we gotta lock in. Okay, time to lock in. All right.
教育
你的大学教育，
低先后
他们先后入了座。
向往
向往着北京，
主要
主要任务，
严中秋节
中秋节时你应该吃一些月饼。
母其他
有些语言比其他语言难学。
网站
汉字英雄是个很棒的网站。
Whoops. Wrong. I typed the wrong tone there.
号外套
这是你的外套，
才能
文学才能，
汽油
我们的汽油不够了。
Whoops. Wrong tone. I wrote the wrong thing again. To be careful. We're writing too quickly.
背后
我去躲在门背后，
不但
他不但会讲英语，还会讲中文。
What the heck was done for? Yeah. Oh, wait. I need a different one for this. Yeah, I need another interpretation for this because this is for Butang and Artie. The negation of no with a conjunction of however is not good. It's not good enough. Actually, I'm just gonna add.
玉 部件
这家公司生产电脑部件。
照片
我们再拍一张照片。
Wrote the wrong tone. Jeez. I need to stop writing the wrong tone for that one.
锯
Wait. Yeah.
使用
Yeah.
你会不会使用这台机器？
I was teetering between use and utilize.
黄色
黄色的大楼。
晚安
晚安，明天见。
脚
Or horn.
态度
我喜欢他的态度。
We just got that in Japanese, but it was slightly different.
公共
公共财产。
Oh, there, Poco.
6万
3万加3万等于6万。
同时
我和他同时开始学中文。
Or simultaneously.
千万
3000万。
Math. Oh, I meant 10 million. Oh, right. Wait. Did I say 10 or... $3000. Oh, 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 it's just Tian1. Oh, okay, okay. I was so confused. It's because it's not the whole thing. It's just Tian1. They only want Tian1, not San Tian1. I'm like, what the heck?
商业、
商业部长、
Or business, commerce. Commerce.
画、
Oh no, here they come. I don't know this one. Okay, so someone is in the this is the basement, right? And it could be anyone. But I feel like, oh no, is it it's Tarzan, right?
讨、
Discuss, yeah. Oh, these are tough. Now we're going into the basement. But this time it's Diddy.
点、
Diddy Kong. Canon. Or list. Or standard. Or record. And this is Gandalf.
纲、
Alright, I think we cleared most of them so far.
常态、
一反常态、
常态.
下、啊、王国、
西班牙王国、
Okay, so how did I screw this up? Oh.
克、攒、
Oops.
心态、
扭曲的心态、
Honestly, I think that's still attitude. Oh no, I'm gonna get them mixed up at some point. Okay.
灯、 全身、
全身的健康检查、
接、 文件、
这些文件要收存好、
Oh, yes.
球、 调、 确、 给予、
急于求成、
Wait. Oh, it's just to be impatient or hurried, but I don't think I added it. We'll add it afterwards.
带 故意
你是故意哦我。
安
Ah! Oh no! Oh no! I'm blocked out. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I'm stuck. Oh, okay.
必然
必然的失败。
What the heck? Certain. So, oh.
又要
他既要上班，又要管孩子。
So. No, wait. What? You have the spear. It's a task, right? You're taking the task. You're gonna take the muscular arm. Did I put it in the wrong place? And a foreman, and you're asking for... Wait. Oh, it's someone else. That's right. Spear. You're trying to pull the spear out, and then after you pull out the spear, it's task. But I could have sworn the task was... Alright, I think that one is gonna be legit. I'll see if I can come back to it. But... Right, it's the task. The foreman gave them a task. Oh, no, wait. So you're trying to pull the spear out, and you're having the aid of the muscular arm. And once you pull it out, you go to the... I put it in the wrong place. I put it in the wrong place. It's Wu. That's fine. Okay. That's the one where the place is wrong. The mnemonic is incorrect. And I had to adjust it, and it's still not adjusting properly.
万岁
祖国万岁！
拿手
他开车很拿手。
过火
你说的太过火了。
It is too much. It's going too far. Too much. Wait, did I write too? Yeah, it is too much. It's going too far. You're overdoing it. I was testing if I added that or not.
房子
你有房子吗？
富
Oh, meaning, right. Yeah, and hurried is still hurried is still applicable to this.
要是
要是你有问题，可以问我。
Oh wait, no, what? If you have, if you need, if you need, if you have an, or if you have a problem. Oh, that's right. That's why. It's kind of like Japanese. We kind of them all together. I was pretty confident in understanding that.
书店
我在书店买了3本书。
爸妈
你的爸妈好吗？
路口
那个路口很危险。
It's the opening of the road. Intersection. Crossroad. Okay.
很累
你看起来很累。
Let me guess. I need the very. Am I still on track for study today? Yeah, I am. Mm-hmm. Still on track. Whoops.
赢上次
你上次生病是什么时候？
也饿难
Yeah, tomorrow is gonna be the real kicker. Because I have to finish like an hour and a half earlier. Or 2 hours earlier. Tomorrow's Saturday. Kind of. We're pushing a little. We're at our edge. I'm at my edge now. 4 things back to back is pretty much the most I can do. Anime. Anime.
3月
3月
初
Oops. Too quick. Too quick. It's the E. Wrong tone. Mm-hmm. Anime with other people. And I gotta do taxes. And to liberate time to do taxes. We're cutting it close.
物
No, we're just watching it online. Online. My friends that are nearby are not that type of they don't partake in that kind of thing.
吉安的了想法
你有什么想法？
班
Oh. Just kidding. Yi. I mistyped the first time. Yi. Empress and
树
I keep typing the wrong thing. Hold up.
东喜欢
你喜欢他吗？
信用卡
我用信用卡支付了账单。
星是
Whoops. How did I type this incorrectly? Is it oh yeah. The one. Oh, I almost screwed up again too.
牌前年
我前年这时候在中国。
计算
让我计算最终结果。
吹忽然
我们忽然感到很累。
星请假
我要请假去参加婚礼。
开
That is a typo. I did the same typo today too. I mean to type to begin. And I like wrote being. And then did I? It's two, right? I wrote 3. Or is something wrong with this? No.
提到
他提到了这件事。
西边
我家在城市的西边。
Get me back to that one. It's Yi, right? It's definitely Yi with 3. And it's already. Pretty sure. Otherwise, I'm confused. Uh-oh. Is this a hamper or a tool? I don't know, it's like a hamper. Yes.
左画
Not having too much problem with
楼上
他们在楼上等你。
yeah.
乙
Yeah, it was fine. I just kept typing the wrong thing. Or open. It's also open. I'm pretty sure I thought I added that, but it's open.
有名
台湾的食物很有名。
Not helicopter. Although I kind of want to add a helicopter. It's just as absurd. Oops.
上好
这是一个上好的机会。
Good. Really good. What? First class, top notch. Better. Really good. Yeah. There's plenty of ways to interpret that.
来因很而
Over and over. More and more. Again and again and again. Yeah, okay. Fine.
男子
中年男子
远
Have you ever tried out the game where you shown a picture of things and you have to guess what word they represent? Are you talking about Shashinko? In Japanese? Yeah, I have like 300 hours of recorded things from Shashinko if that's what you're talking about. Or is it something else? There are quite a lot of things that fit that description.
电视
Oh, you meant in general? Yeah, so I play Shashinko. That's the closest one. There are kind of others, but not in like a foreign language manner. It's a wedge or TP. We have to consolidate. Oh, I should add a TP. Do you think you'll play Monster Hunter WoW? Probably not, unless not until like next year or the year after. Because Windows 10's support ends in October, I'll have to do like a hardware update. So then maybe, but probably not for until the DLC comes out. Maybe. That maybe is as weak as playing another Souls game, kind of thing. There are far too many like unique things. There are far too many unique things that have come out since I'm doing like language learning and stuff. I don't have the opportunity, as much opportunity. There are far more like new things that come out since the manufactured like reiterative stuff, so it would be very rare for me to tackle something that is an iterative thing versus a novel thing, something going for a novelty. I've already been like locked into the normal iterative stuff. I've already made room for them here and there, but it would mean to remove something in the process for that. Otherwise, I wouldn't play Monster Hunter WoW at all if I don't make a regular commitment to it. It's not a game you superficially play. Like you play as a one-off thing. Like you don't play it expecting to play it as a project. You play it as a living service. Let's see. Cross words. Right. That's fine.
计算机
我需要一个新的计算机。
Now I'm adding a TP and enter. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of one of the things about asking about those type of games. They're like one games. They're the one game things, and I don't typically play one game things. Partially because it would require me to shift away from doing something consistent. So it has to take place of something that is consistent. So like playing Monster Hunter Wild instead of half the language learning, that's probably like Monster Hunter Wild situation. Kind of like asking, are you gonna play PoE 2? That's like removing an entire Monster Hunter Wild requires a habit formation. Otherwise, it's unrelatable. People don't care enough. It's one of those like dedicated things. So like if you're gonna learn Japanese, but you like learn every once a month, that's kind of like asking someone to play Monster Hunter Wild without like a time commitment. That's kind of how I feel about those type of games, like Fortnite, Apex Legend, CSGO, or CS2. It requires a daily maintenance. Do I not have add start? Oh, I added start, but I didn't add begin. see. Oops. I keep typing. Maybe if I get like... See, this is gonna be something weird. To say, but the odds of me playing those type of games will probably likely go up if somehow, for some very weird reason, someone was interested in me doing like a first impressions or a sponsored spot of an update or something. Otherwise, it also maybe the other way this can happen is if something I am currently doing completes and discontinues. So when I say I might play Monster Hunter Wild in a year or two, it's because in a year or two, Wanikani and HanziHero will probably stop. Like there's a logistical end point for Wanikani and HanziHero. And also, if I were gonna play now, it won't run. I'm just gonna I know a lot enough or sufficiently enough about hardware and software optimization that Monster Hunter WoW is not going to run, even if I want to play it now or stream or anything. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It will probably break. I have a 2070 Super from like the 5 years now. Yeah, 5 years or 6 years now, and I have a 3900X. So that was that was before COVID. I basically beat my COVID expectations. The last GPU CPU price hike. I beat out COVID. So you switch from a 1070 Ti to a 3060. Yeah, this year I've already mentioned this to other people in the Discord and what. I don't future-proof anything. I go for a value purchase to meet my demands. So whenever they sort things out, by the maturation should happen by the end of October. So I'm looking at like a 9800 X3D and a whoever competes for the last slot, like a 9800 or 9800 XTX, I think, and or like something above mid-range. So 4080, I mean 5080 at minimum. There should be more regulations on mass purchases on GPUs. I mean, paper launches. Mass produces. It's not really, if you're thinking about it from my perspective. So I don't buy with perspective of comparing a past purchase. When I purchased a 2070 Super, that was a 5080 when I purchased it. So you have to think about it in that way. There's no future proofing, or the idea of making GPU purchases and technology purposes is in the moment use of those things. So when I purchased a 2070 Super, it was actually around a 5080. Now a 2070 Ti, it would be like even closer to what it was. But yeah, do you not future-proof even your power supply or motherboard? My power supply is just, I have a 20 to 30% overhead. But we're talking about whatever is equivalent to that by October. I'm not saying it will end up being a 5080. It's whatever is equivalent to that performance. It's not about whether it's NVIDIA or whatnot, and they might be even more efficient than you might think. So I only buy what is in current. I don't buy like last gen predicting future gen. I think those are largely, if I had to generalize, purchasing like that in technology is a myth. It's a really big myth and misconception. You cannot predict the future. And also, buying things based on what you're upgrading from is a misconception as well, because you don't know how software develops. So when I was buying a 2070 Super before, it was the same tier as the current 5080 now, which you'll probably be like, wait, I don't get it. How is now the before the 2070 Super is like the 80? How did the 70 series get lined up with the 80 series now? It's because Nvidia's tiering system is kind of like broken down now. It's like it's shrinking. It's a shrinkflation thing where they're tearing down the performance difference and gap between all their tiers are reflected not as the way it used to be. So a 5080 is being sold like a 2070 Ti or 2070 Super back in the day. It's relationship. So I want to aim for that type of performance somewhere there relatively with all the demands of the stuff. That's kind of how I go about it. I think that'll run most of it. The 9800 X3D, it's a little treat for me. I'm bumping a little bit higher. You could go with the standard like Ryzen 9 or something, and mine is the X3D. But I kind of like new technology as well, so I haven't ever owned an X3D thing. So. Yeah, it's diminished returns with how small parts are getting. Yeah, it's interesting. Do I have any VR? I do not. I don't have a space for VR. Maybe in the future if I move into another place, which can happen in the next year or two. Without going into much details or like disclosing much more, I don't have problems of acquiring a new place. So if something, and it would not future proof even a power supply, even though technically you can do it with high power modules. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Yeah. I would buy a power supply with the utility and satisfaction that it can carry, and then that's sufficient. And then power supplies are backups later on. You can use them as backups. I have 2 or 3 graded, different tiered power supplies over the time, but you can still use them for bench testing and whatnot. There are other ways, but anyways. My overhead is pretty good for whatever the upgrade is at the end. But anyways, enough about that. More details about that at the end of October. This stems from, I don't think computer engineering, like both hardware and software. I've kept largely up to date in those things. That used to be my original career choice, so it hasn't really left as a hobby. It stayed as a hobby while I continued to pursue science. So if there's anything closer to my heart about that, is probably that type of thing. Perfectly all right. We got this all planned out. I think it was the whole computer stuff that really got me into my side understanding of how business works and like purchase decision and financing and whatnot. Let's see. Hello there, Nodi. Okay. I lost my train of thought for so now I have to get it back. Let's see. Pause. Cross over a rice patty. Or maybe cross over a mouth? Cross over a mouth? Yoshi? Does that even make sense? Yoshi is in the bakery with... in the bathroom? Something about a cross and a... I don't even know the meaning.
有
Sorry, I accidentally hit my backspace. That's the Taiwanese flag. Taiwanese typically use traditional Chinese, and then the Chinese flag will represent simplified Chinese. Because the Chinese, mainland Chinese, wants to standardize simplified Chinese as a region. And then Taiwan is the one that is largely the one that tries to standardize traditional. Obviously, you can fill in the blanks about geopolitics and whatnot regarding that too, and historical things. Okay. Cool. Yeah, these are gonna be tough tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, tough times. Tough times. At some point I have to go back to simplified and touch up all my simplified thing. I'm getting very close to where all my simplified is. So this HanziHero has both simplified and traditional. I have my fingers crossed with with Josh about maybe we could have two different courses, like two meta accounts for the same thing. But at the time of this, what I'm saying now is if I switch over to the simplified course, it would be synced up to the traditional course. That would make it so that the SRS is difficult to know what is being replaced and what is not. For the most part, I've been trying to keep track of the simplified and the traditional characters through their meaning. So once I learn a vocabulary word and its meaning, I can possibly find out what the characters are. However, it's not too bad. It's not too bad even reading. When you're reading, you have enough context clues and enough context characters to largely read between traditional and simplified. It slows you down though, so it's kind of nice to brush up between the two. At some point, I would say at day 200, maybe at day 200, I will switch over to simplified for like 200 days and then maybe like go back and forth at some point. The reason why I can say that is at some point, most of the characters are reaching a critical mass, and that critical mass is held by vocabulary as opposed to the characters themselves. Although there are still, the goal of Kevin's projection is to have 4,000 characters ish, I guess, in HanziHero. So it's not like you're gonna exhaust the number of characters. At some point, lots of the vocabulary will have enough overlapping representation of each of the characters in order for me to sync up the same characters to the sound that I'm thinking it is. Alternatively, maybe sometime down the road, Kevin will introduce two separate accounts and two separate SRS progresses for both of them, and that would be great because then I can rapidly go through some traditional through some simplified one while slowly cruising in the traditional one. I don't think it's particularly super necessary to have to learn both of them or see both of them in the same context. I think because of context of paragraph and sentences, the simplification has quite a bit of intuition to it. And then with a radical system like this, where you're trying to gather meaning from certain elements that occur, even the simplified ones can be linked to the traditional ones in the reverse direction. In the other direction might be a little bit more difficult for the fact that some of the elements are probably not present. And then there are still simplified elements that are not present in traditional elements. But there's more to work with, like more things to work with in traditional. So that's kind of my plan. That's my thought process behind this. I started with simplified because Duolingo Chinese course was in simplified. It was only simplified. Oh. Yes. Okay. So what do we have? The yeah. I got emotionally scarred yesterday from playing Wagotabi. I was like stuck with something very, very. My brain just locked up on something and just sat there staring at it for like 20 minutes, twice. Yeah, weird. Those are my favorite moments, or favorite moments as in like those are my impressionable moments. I seldomly, oops, I seldomly feel much when things yeah, when I seldomly feel stuff when I'm not dumbfounded. Being dumbfounded it's a very interesting experience. One might even say, oh, whoops. One might even say I feel the most alive when I'm so out of my element. It's probably why you're probably not going to see me most of the time basking in something that I do really well. Not as rewarding to me. I certainly do it every day. Just not gonna share it most. Use your imagination, I suppose. I talk about it though. I do talk about it. I don't show it. It's kind of funny. I'm in this paradox where probably the most skilled thing I can show is with words, and that's like the opposite of what people expect. Like what do you do when you're living in a society where actions speak more than words, because words have gotten cheapened. Language and written language and words have been cheapened so much by the dawn of recording devices, production, script writing, and content creation, right? And then you might be saying, well, there are examples of them. It's like, yeah, I know, but for every one of those examples, you have hundreds of things that are more recording, non-verbal. Even the audio cues do not represent a lot of times the language, the richness of language, which is funny because I don't get that impression as well from other language learners a lot of times. Not what I mean is those who stop by and say something about language, they still strike me as people who believe action and sidelining written language, which is, in my opinion, very ironic considering I would argue that some people probably write and read more than they actually have actionable things. And then even then, words are further cheapened anyway, so spoken words then get cheapened along with it. And nowadays, I would say if you have one well-spoken person who spends their time using that skill, it's less impressive compared to someone who is, I don't know, flipping around or using deep fakes to remake trailers for eye candy and doom scrolling, that kind of thing. Manufactured aesthetics and iterative special effects, that kind of thing, are far more visceral and enjoyable. Despite being in excess, it still holds and saturates and overpowers the elegance of being able to move people with words and writing and imagination. Many of those current things that are trending leave little to the imagination. Very little, honestly. To the point where even problem solving and critical thinking doesn't exist when you participate in them, right? When was the last time you asked someone to explain something and you look for a video and that video failed to explicitly explain every single thing possible so that it removes all forms of imagination? Not talking about problem solving here. So a problem, yeah, that you can, it's not unreasonable to ask that that person explains every possible problem permutation, but the likelihood of that person being able to explain every possible angle of permutation of that problem is unlikely. So you still require some application and creative thinking on your end, but that stuff is non-existent in my opinion in many cases, because the whole goal and motivation of content creation is to remove imagination from the equation, leave the least room for imagination. How do you solve this problem? Well, you solve it this way, and that's it. So when someone goes to talk to me about how they solve their language things and how they learn their language and acquire their language, it leaves very little to the imagination. And therefore, if you stream long enough, you probably have heard most of the iterative solutions. And yet I'm not using a lot of those iterative solutions, which is my personal challenge to wondering if anyone ever decides to think what motivates me to do what I do, as opposed to explaining what leaves little room for the imagination. Right? I'm learning Chinese, so obviously I want to go to China and live in China and be Chinese. Leaves little room for the imagination. That was an example. I actually, the idea is that people don't think of other possibilities, and I did not fulfill any of those possibilities. Or writing Hanzi and kanji is weird because normal actionable things, you don't write anything manually, right? Actionable choices. I miss the every time occasionally when I come across a content creator, and the content creators that I coincidentally, because I'm biased too, right? Eventually most of the content creators that I watch will have to do like an FAQ, right? Frequently asked questions, little video. And among the questions consistently across most of my content creators that I watch are, someone asks, so what's the point of you doing this? And the content creator, I'm gonna generalize here because they all have really elegant ways of expressing themselves, but it boils down to why not? I like to do it. Why are you here watching? It must be interesting, right? Here's your answer. Why not? And I kind of miss that. It makes the person glow, like at least in my opinion. So when I look at someone and they're just doing it because they can, because they have the luxury, they have the privilege, that's awesome. For every one of them, there are probably 200 people where there was one trending fact, like one trending fad, maybe like that escalated, and then 200 to thousands of people follow on to that same and iterate on that same trend. Meanwhile, you have the occasional person like, oh yeah, I see that trend. Let's just do it so weirdly and then not follow the trend, and then that trends into something trendy. So in that way, the person who starts a trend is still the oddball out of all the iterative content creators, right? So they are trailblazers, and that the founder effects, the founders will still be way smaller than the imitators, and those imitators can iterate and improve upon them. They're not like a carbon copy of the things. They will iterate and improve upon it. But those individuals who trailblaze will then move on to the next thing, and then the next thing, and continue to do that. And why is this important in terms of juxtaposition with an earlier time? I don't think that was as extreme as it is now. So what I mean by that is there was still a significant amount of creative exploration while iterative design exists. Not anymore, in my opinion, because of the volume and how information travels and are shared and are highlighted in business and selected for in algorithm and automation. The explosion of iteration has superseded and saturated creativity. So are there any interesting evidence of this? Sequels, remakes, similar universes, copyright infringement up the thing, genres. Everything is general. Nearly 80 to 90% of things are generalizable using categorical words. These were not a thing. As like they still exist, but they exist in balance with creativity. It's no longer that. I think now it's like an 80-20 split, where there are innovators in less than 20%, and then there are iterators for 80 plus of the percent. So it feels like when you're asking, oh hey, are you excited for any games? And if you're getting to my novelty seeking, if you're like anywhere near my novelty seeking, which you don't have to be, I'm a novelty seeker overall, it's tough to be excited when, regardless of what you look at, and you look at the whole calendar of 2025, 90% of the content is iterative. So the nice thing is I do find a lot of things interesting. So in that 10%, it's enough to keep me occupied. I really do enjoy when people say, well, no one asked me to paint backwards, but I'm going to paint backwards anyways. It's like, I'm there for that. Can you also spend time explaining your process on how you oriented yourself in order to paint backwards? That's amazing. Like, tell me more. Or like someone who still uses modern technology, but use like cut out picture book style setting scripts to create like a mocap like digital movie short production. That's fantastic. I love when people continue to do that kind of thing, but you don't get that too much Like, if you want to be on board with everyone and whatnot, you take the most iterative design, the most mainstream thing, and you join them and be good at it. You iterate on being good at it. Iteration is fantastic because it makes the process more efficient, better and better, right? It breeds competition. While novelty is a non-competitive process. Not only do you not reap any rewards, you are at the mercy of trending virality for novelty. So whenever someone goes out and say, I'm going to make a learning Spanish game that rivals that of Wagotabi, you're not going to hear that. No one is competing for that. There's no iterative design on that. It's crazy how, like, when you mentioned, have you played the game where it shows you a picture of something and you answer it, and I could say, without a doubt, it's probably Shashinko, right? And that's kind of a way to describe the prevalence of iterative design. And I don't think it's gonna go away anytime soon because of AI, right? Or the current state of AI, not generative AI, but the iterative AI, things that iterate on large data sets. So I like to believe that I would be not as replaceable in how I interact with HanziHero and Wanikani or Duolingo Spanish or something. But that doesn't stop everyone else from generalizing me in that way. Because in the world of efficiency and iterative, when you see one, you see them all. So if you, unless you're super awesome, like super, super good, which I'm not, I tend to rarely, I actually do the opposite. And that's kind of why I like creators that take risks. They take creative risks. They're never going to be good at things that they take creative risks at because it's experimental. And then one day, when they hit that lucky streak, they will enter an iterative phase and continue to capitalize on the thing that they got lucky. Maybe I'll end up being the same. But there's no ruling that out. Like, maybe I'll suddenly do something that ends up becoming viral, then yeah, I'll probably cruise along with it until it's no longer a thing, and then I'll go and collect something else. Rarely do I want to follow creative trends. I want to do what I want to do. It's kind of weird saying that, but it's not that I don't care about what other people want to do. I care about them in order to do things that are inherited from them, but differently. So if someone says they love, I don't know, Attack on Titan, for example. If they love Attack on Titan, then I will watch Attack on Titan because they love it, but I'll watch it from my perspective and try to contribute to it, as opposed to watching it for the very purpose of making sure that I'm like following or comparatively having the same experience. For example, when why is this different? Well, when you disagree, it'll hurt. When you don't disagree, you'll feel comfortable, right? For those who do the latter instead of the former. Like, I don't mind if I watch something and it's not as great as what everyone says. It doesn't affect me emotionally. It intrigues me why I don't understand and why they don't understand. In the world of lacking imagination, that would be different. Someone would watch a movie and it's like, man, this movie is so overrated. I don't understand why everyone else thinks this is really good. I should tell everyone how they're a joke and they're mistaken because I'm the one that knows the right thing. That is a world of a lacking imagination, where your opinions and stuff are also lacking imagination. for creative things, not for like other, like we're not talking about factual things, more like creative things. So it's gone down to the point where I can't even process how someone is able to like or dislike something without even watching the product. It's pretty shocking. It sounds so absurd when we're not actually doing it, but it's so automated. Even for those who might be self-aware, I find myself catching myself doing it every once in a while. Like, am I interested in this? And then I've already made like this hyper convergent decision making. However, I wouldn't express my opinions without actually having experience in the long run. So in the long run, right, I think those same things. I'm not saying I'm any different from anyone, but I don't act on those things. We live in a world where people act on those things now. Ever stop watching something before you finished it? I have, because something else interesting came along. I haven't ever stopped watching something because it was disinteresting. So that's probably where the question lies that will be different. Most people stop watching something because it becomes disinteresting. I usually end up I typically stop doing something or stop watching something in the middle of it, like, without finishing it, is because something else interesting came along. Something else overwritten it. I don't ever rarely, like super, super rarely do I ever stop something voluntarily because I lost interest. That's probably the more normal thing for reasons for people to stop watching something. They have limited interest. So because of the limited interest and scope, you can fall out of interest very quickly. Like, for example, if you play a video game and you complete the video game, would you play it again? I think a vast majority of people would make a condition. They would say, well, unless the experience changes, like competitive games, for example, or playing with friends, like Monster Hunter WoW, unless there is something built into the system that changes the system and changes your experience, there's no reason to play it again. Because there's no interest. There's no new literal interest. For myself, if I start HanziHero all over again, it would still be interesting because I would do something different. HanziHero itself might not ever change, but I would do something more interesting with it. If so happens, that's the most interesting thing I have at the moment. However, sure enough, there are far more things more interesting than HanziHero at the time I finish it, right? I would be very floored if HanziHero is the most interesting thing the moment I complete the curriculum. I would be shocked. I would be very worried too. That would mean, though, in my opinion, the worst nightmare, one of the largest nightmare in creative process occurred, which is instead of 80-20 split on creativity, it's like 99.9% iterative and 0.1% creative. So what happens is by the time I finish with HanziHero and I look for something else to engage with Chinese, and all of them are SRS. All of them are SRS apps all over the place. And everyone just keeps asking me about SRS apps. That would be a seriously scary situation. I hope not, because I already know for a fact that's not true, right? I can drop HanziHero and Wanikani for graded readers if I can get the clear for like copyright or sponsorship or like something so that I can show them. There are plenty of other ways to engage with the language. And that's due to the creative freedom and liberty of developers and creators. Don't get me wrong, I love my deck builders. So if deck builders get iterated to high heaven, I'll still play a deck builder. So I'm not saying that I don't have my what I call guilty pleasures. My guilty pleasures exist. I don't usually record them because I love when I'm most alive and animated is when I'm trying to do something that I'm not good at. And you're probably, if I get too good at something, or this is a weird thing to say, but if I get too good at something, you'll probably see me get bored. Like I will get like less and less enthusiastic. I will rush and rush even more. I will be less and less surprised and have less and less things to talk about because it became very routine. Things are all the same. I know how to get to my goal very quickly. And what does that feel like? That feels like someone who's a speedrunner who does zero commentary and everyone's there to watch them do the thing so good because they practice it really, really well. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're intellectually stimulated the same way I am. I like being forced to go slow, to double take, to problem solve. So if I'm there ironing out my like 5 seconds of optimized behavior, that's not what I like. That is what a lot of other people like and find impressive. I kid you not. Someone recently on Wanikani posted their speedrun of Wanikani. And there is a speedrunning community for most SRS related apps or things with tracks. Duolingo, the most common little snide jab at me, is like coupling and bundling me in with other people who speedrun because they see me putting in a lot of time consistently or consecutively at Duolingo, but it's nearly the opposite reason. I spend time talking about the things in Duolingo. I actually go as slow as possible a lot of times because I'm not there to brush over things. Right? You threw up. Are you okay, Rokon? Why are you throwing up? Hope you don't have like, is it like withdrawal or something? I hope that doesn't happen too often. No, I was just talking about do I ever stop watching something before you finish? What was the last thing you heard? I hope you feel better. Do you have something for... Do you have nausea? Do you have something for your nausea? Yeah, still a reason. Used too many nicotine packs too quickly and got nicotine. Oh, okay. You gotta be careful, man. I don't know how much you're used to throwing up, but that stuff hurts every time. Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking about trends, about falling out of passion and whatnot. I'm not sure where you stopped on it. Yeah, let's complete this. Let's see. Yeah, but long story short, obviously. Yeah, you're on an empty stomach, so you keep dry heaving. Do you not have an appetite right now? May I ask, do you need nicotine in order to generate an appetite? Empty stomach is kind of not that great either. No, you'll eat something now. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, nicotine usually makes you less hungry. Okay, I see. Weed makes you hungry though. Yeah, that's understandable. That's kind of one of the things. Okay, so I screwed up this. How do I not remember this? So because I needed to remember sprout. That's what I missed. And then sprout, it's up to. So this is a problem. Uh. Is... What is the missing thing here? Magic spray can is the missing thing. Magic spray can. Then I get river. This one is okay for now. Why are the upcoming reviews different amounts? SRS to some extent. Hello there, Pixie. They're different amounts because I've made errors before, right? And the error ones, certain error ones come up less likely. I mean, more often, and the ones that are consistently getting correct, they are pushed off further, so they can line up. There might be areas where I had many incorrect, and then they kind of stack in certain places. Oops. It's a crown. What I do here? Oh, that was from the other day. So che. And che. What did I add to make sure it's in the bathroom? Slippy stone tile. Stone tile is what we went with. Stone tile. Then it gets us to bathroom. For the authentic crown. That one's good. How do we get this one? It's we do 2 left feet. Recover 2 left sandals. Which then we'll get recover. And then Frankenstein. Which is pretty good. And then this one yesterday. So Baitian. Not too much to say about here other than daylight. I think the closest thing to think about is white is bright, like the sun. The sun is white. We'll put an asterisk there, and this one is an asterisk too. For now, haven't came up again yet. So try to picture, right? Try to picture yourself trying to do it. Or picture yourself trying. Right. Sure tool. All right. That's it for... Oh no, that's not it for today. I forgot to go over all of these trouble stuff. All right, let's do it. We have Hulk. Inside the house. How do I place him inside the house? Because the inside of the house would be the most convenient way to do this, I suppose. Hulk is strong, so Hulk took the headstone and made a moon-size hole in which it hit pipes. I mean, I think the basement is a more reasonable place, but it hit pipes and then began to spray, which then created a lake. So this one might be a little bit of a problem because I would think of it as in the basement. Perhaps Hulk's place doesn't have a basement. That would check out. Okay, and then we have Koopa Troopas outside of their house. They're being chased by a bulldog. So they grabbed a boombox to try to keep them away while they're running around crying. Okay. We have Charlie Brown. This one's a little rough too. Charlie Brown inside the infirmary because most people could be there. So instead, we're gonna say Charlie Brown is in the infirmary. He is depressed right now. That's why he's in the infirmary. But he's even more depressed because the sun hit one of the ornaments and woke him up early in the morning. Right, early in the morning. Then we have Frodo. This one's a little bit tricky because the English manor thing, but we do have a thing to place him in English manor. So Frodo is outside of the English manor, getting ready to go on an English excursion in the English outback, the English countryside. So before he goes and does that, he's gonna take a caliper and dig out a brick in order to hide his ring, seal his ring away for safekeeping. The one ring to rule them all. While he's out heading out the English countryside. This one's a little rough too. So Chucky, the other Chucky, Chucky is in the basement of his house, and he has his basement of his house is overcrowded with wood. So he broke out a sharp pointer. Whoops. He broke out a sharp pointer and started clearing the woods for whatever reason. Just because. Then we have Link. This one's a little rough too. Half of these are pretty rough. So Link is in the bathroom of the chapel, right? This one's okay. This one's on the better side. He's trying to solve a puzzle because he's Link. Oh no! This one's awful. This one's bad. I'm thinking about Lee. So Link is just randomly in the chapel in the bathroom, a huge bathroom, like a garage bathroom, and for whatever reason, the priests there are looking at him and keeping him honest while he washes the cars and carriages. the vehicles, right? Which are cars and carriages. And this one is good. So Link is in the basement of his house. Yeah, in the basement of his house, trying to solve a puzzle. And the puzzle has something to do with how many scepters would it take to line up wrong order a Chinese mile using logic, right? That's the logic. Okay, next one is Yoshi. Ooh, this one is weird. So Yoshi is in the bathroom of the house, and for whatever reason, he's in the bathroom of the house because he doesn't know why Slender Man is there, for example, I suppose. And then he was digging, or he was trying to check, and he discovered that Slender Man was hiding. Slender Man was standing guard, basically. Standing guard. And guarding what? Guarding 100 million hearts, which apparently was illuminated by a sun in a cubby. That's all I got. Okay, next one we have Tarzan. Tarzan's fine. This one's a little fine with the spin. So Tarzan is, oh, I think this is basement. No, it's not basement. Oh yeah, that's kind of hard. Yeesh. Oh no. Just kidding. This is the other. I'm not thinking. I'm thinking about yesterday's for. I'm thinking of yesterday for discuss. This is not discuss. This is head. This one's a little. So Tarzan is going crazy inside the bakery. How crazy, you say? He's so crazy. He decided to smash up a bunch of beans in the bakery, and then rip up a bunch of cookbooks. Is want to place some in the bakery. Bunch of cookbooks. And then attach those pages to his head and run around like a goofball, right? Okay. And then we have Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong is in the bathroom of the English Manor. He is entertaining the rich kids who's taking a bath, right? By balancing a dollhouse. By setting a dollhouse. By setting a dollhouse on a point. Like on top of something, like balancing the dollhouse. It's for entertainment purposes, you know. Diddy Kong, entertainer. All right, now we're done with that. Yep, there you go. Let's see the end of HanziHero today. Thank you for chilling. If you're gonna watch this later, 谢谢, of course. Always feel always welcome to follow along, try out HanziHero if so interested, right? Feel free, always welcome to drop your hot takes. Always free to discuss, right? Be ready to discuss, have long discussions. love them. We make time for them. If you're only interested in traditional Chinese, right? Guess see ya guys next time. See all of you next time, right? 大家下次见, right? See you next time. And I'm gonna get up, take a quick bathroom break, stretch a little bit, and I'll be back for Spanish. Thank you.